Hello my viewers, welcome back to the channel. My review title, you know what this video is about. This is March the 18th, 2026 AEW Dynamite review. As you guys know, the pay-per-view that happened on Sunday, Revolution, was very crazy. Then the next review we have, I missed what's the name. I watched it after Lynch Chamber, but I missed to do the video. I was gone like that. But the next one, I think the next one WrestleMania. I think the next one is WrestleMania in April, right? I think April. I know Dynasty is in April too, so WrestleMania and Dynasty like that in April. So we'll definitely have stuff for that like that too as well. So we'll look at that. I think WrestleMania 2 nights too. So we probably live stream. That'll probably be easier to do that. Live stream. Probably try to see if we can get me and MDB like that for those. I think for Saturday and Sunday for those days to live stream that. And then Dynasty we'll have that too. Dynasty gonna have some matches already. They already got a few matches already, kind of building up a little bit for Dynasty. But we've seen, of course, you know, Kenny Omega and Swerve. That we will have Kenny Omega and Swerve part 2 next week. It'll be the second time they face off against each other. The first time Swerve defeated Kenny Omega. After the match, he went out there and took Kenny Omega out and vertebreaker through the announce table. And this time it'll be high stakes. He's gonna have not only the number one contender spot that Swerve has on the line, but also Kenny Omega's EVP title on the line as well. So Swerve, you know, last time he took the EVP titles from the Young Bucks, and then now this, but they didn't become EVPs, though. They just took it away from them, took their power away. But this time he won the power. You know, now he's kind of in that evil state a little bit too as well. I don't know what he's gonna do with that power. They're gonna do some crazy stuff, probably start manipulating things and stuff to his advantage like that. The Mongol embassy could come back and be some type of dark corporation. You never know what Swerve was thinking. But Kenny Omega, I think should win this match. I think now you never know though. Sometimes Swerve could possibly take him out, but I think Kenny could win this match because you're putting everything on the line like that. You put your EVP title on the line, and you try to win a no contender spot so you can get your opportunity to become world champion. You had opportunity early with Andrade, you fell short. Then against Swerve, you fell short. You had some losses. You know, last year, All In, Okada beat you. You had some losses like that, building up like that. So Kenny gotta get back on track. Gotta find a way to get back on track and get himself back to being world champion again like that too as well. Because like I'm predicting, that could possibly be MJF versus Ospreay at All In. But what if it's not? What if it's Kenny Omega versus Ospreay? This would be this actually would be a third match between. This would be like they fought each other before in like PWG, but that's like before they was like Ospreay was established. That's what Kenny Omega was still doing. Up kind of, he was already known. He was more known like that, doing the sweeper. He was the cleaner like that then. But in terms of like big promotions, they had to fight, of course, in New Japan, and then they had to fight at Forbidden Door. They teamed up together as well. They went against was it Takesha, I think, Kyle Fletcher, right? And we went against those guys like that too. So, and they won that match too. That was the Australian Grand Slam they had. I think not this year one, but last year one like that. Where they did the combination of the Hidden Blade and one with the Angels together. So that could be a match that we see, or maybe it's Swerve versus Kenny Omega for the world title at All In. You never know. It could be that, or it could be MJF versus Swerve for the world title at All In, or it could be MJF versus Kenny Omega. Kenny Omega could win the Owen Hart Cup tournament. I think Owen Hart Cup tournament gonna have Swerve in there this time. I don't think Swerve ever been in there. We'll have Swerve in there this time. We'll have Kenny Omega probably in there this time too. If he doesn't get the no contender match right here, it could be him in there too. We could see Ospreay in there for sure. Kevin Knight as well in there as well. Bobby Lashley if he's healthy. See him in there too. Shelton Benjamin probably as well. Who else? I don't know about Warlow if he's healthy. Put him in there too. Who else be in there? We probably see Kyle Fletcher as well in there too. Cause I think him and Kevin Knight. Cause I think Kyle Fletcher's what 28. I think 28. Kevin Knight around the same age. I think both of those guys will become world champion very soon, like next year probably. I think it'll be very soon when that happens. I feel like their rise is getting there. Kevin Knight, we've seen them kind of tease a little bit with Swerve. When he was talking to him, he's like, he said, you still holding back. You're not going out there and using that. Like in the match like that. We see him do a few times like that doing that. So I think Kevin Knight could, you never know, turn evil or not, like they'll return to a different route or something. But I think I can see him definitely win the world title maybe next year, especially if you get a big heel turn or something. But gonna be a crazy match. Swerve and Kenny Omega next week, most likely the main event of the show. That should be very crazy like that. But we also seen the ending segment between the FTR and Young Bucks and Colt and Christian. You know, my boy Edge, my favorite wrestler ever. I just seen Edge back there, or Copeland back there. Out in the ring as well, and they've been going for a little while too. They have a match against the FTR. Then it was announced it's going to be FTR versus Copeland Cage for the world titles. World titles. So we're gonna see how things go with the AEW World Tag Team title. They won the WWE ones before many times together as a team, and now get opportunity to win the AEW World Tag Team titles. And the Young Bucks there too. The Young Bucks never went against Copeland. He's saying Edge and Christian. I know his name is not Edge anymore, but it's hard to not say Edge, of course. We all grew up with the Edge, of course. SmackDown and Raw, like that Edge going crazy like that. But Colt and Christian, or Colt and Cage, like that. They're gonna be going against maybe the Young Bucks eventually. Now Lana keep teasing a little bit, teased it on pay-per-view, teased it tonight as well a little bit. FTR, and then we're going against each other like that in a second bout. So they're gonna be in Canada as well. So I think most likely Cage and Colt should win the tag team titles like that in this bout. Let something crazy happen. But I would love to see Young Bucks versus Colt and Cage. I want to have a go because FTR is similar into Christian and Copeland style, like they're kind of similar in the sense of like more technical style, striking style like that. It was a good match for the first time they did it all out last year, but Young Bucks style is a little completely different, completely opposite. But it works well with FTR and it works well with a lot of different people. So I thought that style could actually clash well. So that'd be very interesting to see how that kind of plays out. And that's why it's good sometimes, like when you have like some legends, of course retire early, but when you have a legendary team that you used to look up to, that's like can't wait to out wrestle as well too. Like you have a legendary like individual or somebody like you look for too, they steal around and get opportunity to go against them. And once in a lifetime thing, you gotta do it. You gotta pull the trigger. Like we've seen some matches happen like that. You gotta do it sometimes because like sometimes it might not ever happen. Like LeBron James still playing right now, and people probably like man, I'm actually playing against LeBron James right now like that. I thought he'd be retired by now. Until I got here, but I'm actually playing against him. So sometimes you gotta seize the moment and you play like had an opportunity to play with Tom Brady. When Tom Brady played for a long time, Tom Brady had an opportunity to play with him. Play with LeBron, opportunity to wrestle against Colt and Christian, opportunity to wrestle against Sting. Sting was wrestling to his 60s and he was still doing it at a pretty good level in the tag team matches. And like that right there always cool to me like that. When you see competitors be able to do that. John Cena, he could have been left to Hollywood, but he came back for the last little run. Randy Orton still wrestling to this day. He would be the main event of WrestleMania like that fight against Cody Rhodes. Like to still see the legends around like that still going is always very cool to see. But I think, and CM Punk as well like that. Gonna be the main event too. And to see the legends still around like that, still kicking, is always good to see. But I think, yeah, that's gonna be a crazy show next week on Dynamite. And then we also see Marina get defeated by Mina. I did not expect Mina to win because Mina been taking a lot of losses. But Mina actually went out there and won this match. She hit her with the Storm Driver like that, Tony Storm's finisher. Hit her with that. Got the victory, of course. I can see a kind of tag team kind of building up a little bit. We can see maybe Mina, Tony Storm versus Marina, Ronda Rousey. I know Ronda Rousey not the most popular with the fans, but Ronda Rousey does bring a little spark in terms of like, controversy of her name like that, being a big time MMA person and stuff. She might not, now as a person, people might not like her too much. As a wrestler, they might not like her too much either, but I think Ronda Rousey name alone, people know who she is like that. So as long as it's not like nothing where she's gonna be just out there 24/7 doing something, maybe like a one-time thing, kind of like it was in Ring of Honor, maybe like something to mix up, and something cool to do. Maybe that's something, I don't know what they plan on doing with that. We should see Mercedes Moné coming back eventually too, as well. She lost another title, but she's been going around the world tour, going to defend her title like that. And people are wondering like, she got all these titles and stuff like that. She just takes titles. Like no, it was building it up. Imagine that young independent wrestler like that beating Mercedes Moné, one of the best women wrestlers of this generation like that, beating her like that in a book and sold out place like that too as well, like that, bringing eyes to them, not only for winning, but also bring eyes to them going against in a bout like against Mercedes Moné. So that right there, that's what she was doing. She was giving back to them. It was very cool too. So she should be back eventually. We got a tag team match too as well. I think the new tag team champions when we defend their tag team titles on Saturday. They have a coast to coast thing because NCAA March Madness is going on as well. I'm gonna be watching that too. I'll be watching all that on the weekend. Basketball and wrestling. Come on right after. It's perfect. Then looking at it's something else too. Oh yeah, Gabe Kidd and Darby Allin. That's the one I was gonna talk about too to end it all. Gabe Kidd and Darby Allin, they was going against each other in that match. It was crazy. It started off like almost like a cinematic like thing. They was fighting each other like on like the end of a movie, a hero versus a villain, fighting each other, going crazy. The man used that little stuff he used, Clorox stuff, to put a mask or somebody, put him to sleep, threw him in the trunk, drove and crashed the car like that as well. Then dragged him all the way back to the arena, got out to the arena like that, and they was fighting and stuff as well. And Darby won the coffee match. And then after the match, he said, "MJF, I'm coming for you." He said, that AEW World title. So and that's another person. MJF is very good with being like a heel and being champion. Everybody's always good to have a heel as a champion. Having a face as a champion is good, but not for like ever. Like the face can never hold the championship for 400 days. Maybe 400 days might be too bad, but not 400, 500 days like that. 'Cause I feel like they only can do so much like that unless you're gonna make them get corrupted and they turn evil eventually like that. But seeing MJF or seeing like a heel champion to be like dominant, it's always very good because he can last for a long time. Remember Roman Reigns was champion for a long time. Yes, of course, sometimes we got like a little stale at times with some of the run-ins and stuff. But for a long period of time, a good amount of time, the story was very good. It was like he was so obsessed with power, so obsessed with winning. He'd do anything. At first, he was winning honorably, but then he started switching things up. He'd do anything to win. He'd cheat, he'd scheme, he'd scam, he'd do everything to win like that. That title meant everything to him like that, and it became like an obsession. I like to see like MJF is on like a beacon. Everybody's coming after him like that. He's a human target. It's kind of like John Wick, excommunicado. Like they had like everybody coming after him. So MJF already is hated in terms of, you know, in the wrestling world. You know, MJF acts like that. You know, he calls himself the devil for a reason. And then you got everybody coming after him in this match. You got Darby Allin, you got Swerve, Kenny Omega, him and Page tried, but he got defeated. Ospreay is probably looking at MJF as well, too, to get himself to the world title picture, too. So Andrade as well, he's like, we got to work with MJF. I think he said, we're working with him now. So we'll see how that storyline goes. But there's a lot of people going after MJF. Andrade could be the one that faces MJF at Dynasty, actually. I think Kenny Omega, if he does win, he might wait and save it, I think, until like maybe Double or Nothing. I feel like that'd be good. Double or Nothing gonna be a big pay-per-view. They already got like 10,000 tickets sold, I think, or already like that. But Double or Nothing always very popular. Dynasty is the one that's always lower. I don't know why. They had some big matches too. Remember Swerve went against Samoa Joe, won his world title. Bryan versus Ospreay for the first time ever, and the only time ever, was very good. But they always like always like, what's the name? Like very like strange like that. How Dynasty always does like that. But I think this time it being in Canada, I think it should do very well. It might be the biggest Dynasty we've seen during this whole tenure. So it should be very interesting to see how things shape out. But that's all I got for today's video. Hope you guys enjoyed. If you like it, leave like and subscribe for more content. I'll see you guys next time on the channel. We probably have some video on New Genesis events. We'll do another Enter the Zone. So you'll look out for that. Peace out.